Can you hear that? Thank God it's Friday. I hate Fridays. This is why I hate Fridays. Like, who plays music like this the whole night long? Hmm? This neighbor will just be playing like this the whole night long. People cannot sleep. And then tomorrow they will not go to church. Oh. They will just be at home sleeping. Meanwhile, I have to go to church in the morning. People always say, thank God it's Friday, like you can sleep. This has been a problem of my adult life, guys. I remember when I was in South Africa, it was terrible because weekends, everybody knows that's Friday. But I used to live very, very close to the tavern or the shebeen, like we call them. They call them shebeens. I like the name shebeen. We used to live right at the front of a shebeen, like just like less than 300 meters from a shebeen. And the noise was terrible. I used to have serious, serious anxiety. And I'll tell you a story. So excuse the noise though. This is how my neighborhood is like in the weekends. If you can hear the noise in the background, fine. If not, glory be to. One day I went to church, evening service. It was a Friday. In South Africa, we have services Fridays. Here, they have services on Saturdays. I've not yet adapted to that culture over here. I don't even go. So we came back and the place, as I was saying, was so loud and noisy. It was not only from the tavern, it was my neighbor who was making noise. And at that time when we were leaving, it was like what we call back home, face me, I face you. And we we met them in their mood. Now the problem is my husband can sleep through a storm. Me, I can't. I took that from my mom. We can't sleep in a noisy environment. And so I went to the neighbor to ask him if he could be kind enough to lower the music so that I could sleep. But he didn't. The difference between South Africa and here is that over there you can call the police and they will come and they will warn them. And after the third warning, they pack away their speakers. Over here in my former neighborhood, it was more like a competition of who had the best speakers. So back to the story. I went there. Unfortunately for me, it was it was a group of three men. The other neighbors had come with a man I didn't know, and they started making fun of me. So I just looked at them and I thought, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to be the snitch. I'm going to be whatever you want to call me, but there is no how you guys are going to deprive me of my sleep tonight. So I called the police. After several calls, they came and he's like, are you the one who made a call? Because I was outside waiting for their arrival. And the police officer says, yeah, what's the problem? So I pointed to the flat where the noise was coming from. And I explained to him that I had gone. He's like, Askis? He's like, what did you do? I said, no, I went to knock on the door. It's like, do you realize the danger you put yourself? What if they had harmed you? You don't ever do that. That is taking the law into your hands. Anytime they make noise like that, see, call the police. Call the police. Okay? Don't ever do that. And that was when I realized that I had actually exposed myself to grave danger. He was shocked. The policeman was shocked and afraid on my behalf. I was so angry. I didn't even think about my safety, because it was only when he had pointed that out to me that I thought, you know what? They were making fun of me when I opened the curtain. The door was open. But what would have happened if they had pulled me in a country where one in every five women is raped? That was the statistics at that time. What if they had done me harm? What would I have done? Because I put myself in harm's way and I had to start looking for ways um, to adapt to the noise. But that was the only way out. Here, nobody seems to care. Apparently, the police only control noise in super rich areas. Here it goes. The good thing is, like in this new neighborhood, normally the The frenzy goes off, the frenzy rather, not the frenzy. The frenzy goes or wanes by 11 p.m., midnight. At least you can sleep, you know. So we can manage, we can tolerate it. But it just started since yesterday, and I just remembered that this life is not for me. This life of, I think I was I was built for a softer life. I need to start looking for a more quiet neighborhood. And I say that because that was what we did in South Africa. We prayed ourselves out of that neighborhood and went to a more quiet estate. And that is what we're going to do here. I'm going to start doing that because I can't deal anymore. I can't deal. So if you're in a quiet neighborhood, or you are where they are doing parties and you can go and have celebrations, or one day like they do in Nigeria, because somebody in Nigeria like this, there'll be a party nearby that you can go have a wonderful weekend.